Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's bright and early, daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through Tuesday. Hope you guys are going to have a good week. Grind forward. Stand in your programs. I want to talk about Mathew 20, New Testament, the book of Mathew, chapter 20. You can read the whole thing yourself. This is the parable of the worker in the vineyard. I think this is one of my most hated parts of the Bible. I can't stand this. If there's any story in the Bible that could make somebody turn into an atheist and throw the book down and say, well, screw it, it would be this one. So you can go read it, but I want to focus just on the end of it, because that's where the problem starts in my mind. And to me, this is about fair treatment and justice, recognition of hard work and loyalty. Loyalty is a two-way street. Sure, you have a loyalty to God, but is God supposed to be loyal to you? Or are you supposed to endure oppression, even from God? Is that possible, to be oppressed by God? For God to be unjust? Is that possible? Well, go read Matthew 20. And he talks about, it's a rather long one, so I don't want to read the whole thing because, it's boring. You can read it yourself. But there's this farmer, he owns a vineyard, and he needs some employees. If he doesn't get employees, he's not getting a harvest. If he doesn't get employees, he doesn't have a vineyard. Everything rots on the vine. He needs employees, desperately. It's the only way he feeds his family. It's the only way he survives is to go and hire some people. So he goes out to hire some people and he agrees to pay them for the day. He sees some guy standing around and he's like, hey, come on, I'll give you a job. I'll pay at the end of the day, pay you a certain amount. And they're like, all right, cool. So then he does that a few times and he sees some more cats sitting around and he's like, hey, why don't you cats come and work for me? And they're like, all right, and I'll pay you at the end of the day. And he does this all throughout the day. Well, towards the end of the day, he's been working these guys pretty hard all day long. The foreman comes and says, hey, we should pay people. So now it's time to pay up. He's had his guys working all day long out in the fields and it's time to pay them. So he comes up with this weird plan. The guy who owns the vineyard. And he says, I'm going to pay the people who showed up last. You've only been here an hour. You've been here 10 minutes. You get paid first. You guys, you've been here since 5 a.m. You got here at 3 a.m. You've been here for 14 hours. You'll be paid last. So the workers complain. And the vineyard owner becomes, in my judgment, in my opinion, from reading it, somewhat belligerent and tells them that basically they're all a bunch of ungrateful jerks and they should take what they're given. He accuses them of not being grateful. He accuses them of being envious, as if they're sinners, a sinner for wanting to be paid. And he ends it off with this kind of gaslighting, saying, so the last will be first and the first will be last, right? Then you can just imagine him kind of stomping off and everybody just standing there, all these workers who've been working there all day long being like, dude, how are you not getting this? I was here at 4 a.m. before any of these people. You don't have a vineyard without people working at it. You going to do it all by yourself? You going to pick the stuff all by yourself? No. The only way you have a business is to hire people, and I've been here. The only way you were able to hire that guy an hour ago is because I came at 3 a.m. and the rest of us came early in the morning to work for you. And we weren't even begging you for a job. We didn't come banging on your door, filling out an application, crying and rolling around on the ground saying, I need to feed my family. Please help me. I'm so stupid and lost. We were standing around doing nothing, just chilling, having a siesta. And you came up to us and we're like, oh, guys, You want to work for me? I'll pay you. That's how it went down. You remember, right? So to me, this is a hard one to get through because basically what it's saying is you should be grateful for what you're given. It almost implies that you should be a slave to God, right? Because wouldn't, in a pragmatic, real world scenario, wouldn't that be unjust? Do you expect your employees to come back tomorrow when you just treated them that way? This one's a tough one. There's no answer. People argue about this. Matthew 20 is one of the parables in the Bible that biblical scholars have been arguing about since it was first interpreted. And that's one thing that I wonder is it possible that this was misinterpreted from its original? I believe it wasn't Aramaic, it was originally in Greek. So is it possible that it was misinterpreted? And then again, possibly edited fallaciously, edited wrong when the King James Version was created, what was that, the 1500s or something? So I don't know. Matthew 20 is a tough one. Have a good day.